All right, just wanted to bring you guys a few tips on recovery for CrossFit athletes in a competitive aspect, but also on a daily basis. I know a lot of us tend to be doing like just the class hour. Maybe we do some extra work on top of that, and like things that we need to prioritize so that we can recover from our training. There's one thing on here that I'm going to touch at the end that is not written on the whiteboard, but is going to be super important for all of us as a CrossFit family. So for recovery, probably the most important thing that all of us kind of put on the back burner is sleep. Prioritizing sleep even over training is super important. If we are not getting a good amount of sleep each night, rewind that a little bit, a good amount of quality sleep each night, we're going to be in big trouble, right? We're going to wake up super sore. If we have restless sleep, that's going to kill us. If we're going to bed at midnight, waking up at 5 in the morning, only getting 4 hours of sleep, we're in trouble. We should be looking at somewhere between 8 to 10 hours for maximum recovery, and we need quality sleep time in there. Make sure your room is dark. Make sure you're avoiding blue lights before you go to bed. Choose reading over watching a TV show before you go to sleep. Make the area quiet. Everything you need to do to improve sleep quality. Now, this can be its own section itself. Outside of recovery, like we can literally dive into sleep, but prioritize that over everything, and your recovery is going to be great. Number 2 is nutrition. What you're eating, what you're putting into your body. This is going to be quantity and quality. In terms of quantity, are you eating enough to support your training demands? If you're not, you're going to need to increase your caloric intake so that you're not running on empty, right? It's like trying to drive your car when it says 0 miles. Number 2 is going to be quality, and that's what are we putting into our system to improve how our body deals with inflammation, right? How our joints feel. Also, in terms of digestion is really important, the types of food that we're putting into our body. Quality is important. I like to look at quality as the oil system in our car, right? If you're running a car with dirty oil, you're going to be super sluggish. You're going to be slow, right? Nutrition, again, is its own category, but we bind this in under recovery with sleep, because when those two things are on par and perfect, we're going to set ourselves up for success. And honestly, if we just focus on perfecting those two things as an everyday CrossFitter, or even someone that wants to get into like local competition, if those things are perfect, you're going to be good to go. Nothing else is really going to limit you. I know for myself, I work out about 90 minutes to 2 hours a day. I know I'm not trying to go to the CrossFit Games, but I do want to compete locally. I prioritize these things for recovery, and I don't worry so much about the body work and the other things. Those I kind of sprinkle in when I get the time. Now, if you're trying to be an elite CrossFit Games athlete, this also has to be a daily venture. You need to be using a Compex. You're going to see multiple athletes using things like Theragun. They have their own personal PT or chiropractor that they're going to 3-4 times a week. For body work, they're doing scraping, soft tissue work daily. They have their own routine. They're doing ROMWOD every day, some sort of mobility work every day. They work that into their daily routine, into their weekly routine. Some of us don't have the money to do that every day, so we sprinkle it in when we can. And that's great to do on top of these things, but 1 and 2 have to come first. And then the last thing I just want to mention is don't forget to take your rest day. I know we love to work out and we want to do this active recovery because that's what all the elite competitors do. But guys, 5 days a week is plenty to get strong and get fit. Take some time to rest, clear your mind, let your central nervous system recover, and you'll be fitter than you've ever been.